Well, see, back in the day, the term independent filmmaker meant you were broke and you didn't have the movie money. But, you know, independent, the true term of independent filmmaker is you're working outside the studio system. Because if you look at budget-wise, I mean, George Lucas, who created those 3 films that were supposed to be prequels, did I say that? They were technically independent films. He financed it himself. So it doesn't matter if you have 30,000 or 30 million. You got to just tell a good story. And it's about when you get into a budget like that, like for me, I can make a film for $75,000 or $2 million, $5 million. But I'm never gonna deviate quality, and I'm never gonna deviate from my story. The reason for the budget being it's who I'm putting in front of the lens that's gonna want more money. But basically, I can tell that same story from this amount of money to this amount of money. So being an independent filmmaker, it's about your passion and still understanding the business. And with being an independent filmmaker, you get to create your own ending. You don't have someone telling you, oh, you got to make it a happy ending. But the story doesn't really have a happy ending. Whatever. I'm just saying, if you're writing something, write what you know and shoot it. Shoot it. Go out there and shoot it. You might have to maybe change something here and there if somebody's going to distribute it. And the key thing for you people out there as artists, put some sort of recognizable name. Not a guy who played a guy once 100 years ago that nobody would remember. And that's no disrespect for them. But I have a theory. If my mother don't know their name, nobody's going to know their name. So when I'm doing something, I'll say, hey, Ma, what do you think about this person? My mother will say, oh, yeah, I know them. Then you know you got somebody. Put a name or two in it, because number one, a distributor is going to come back and ask you who's in it. And sometimes you may not need a name. You just need a great movie, cut well, shot well, sound designed well, and then that becomes your character. It's good working with Priscilla. Priscilla is going to be in a few of our films. She is a great actress. She's very driven, very talented, and she's got a great head on her shoulders. And, you know, that's one of the things I like looking at and working with actors and actresses that have the same passion that you have creating a story. Sometimes an actor can get jaded because they're either doing the same project over and over and over and over, and then when you think you have that special project and you bring it to them and say, look what I got, and they kind of just brush it off because they just did it 18 times. You know, your project's not different than anybody else's. Google me, bitches. No, I'm kidding. No, actually, you can go to churchillproductions.com. You can go to Facebook at Thomas J. Churchill. You can Twitter at Thomas Churchill. Pretty much, I'm around. I'm all over social media. If you email me, I'll definitely get a hold of you and say, hey, listen to my show. I got a radio show every Tuesday called Church's Hollywood Moments. It streams live to 195 countries, Tuesday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I discuss, it's pretty much independent movies and mainstream films collide, and we talk about everything in between. We have producers and writers and directors and actors and actresses and anybody who's in that industry as guests. So that's something that I like doing on my free time. Free time, who has that? But yeah, you can definitely look me up. I'll be more than happy. Any independent filmmakers out there have some questions, I will answer them.
All right. Thank you so much.
I run, of course, Carter Comics, which is, I am the artist and the writer and promoter of Carter Comics, and I write, illustrate, promote 3 different books: Figure Speech Mongoose, The Cosmic Force, and Damn Tourist.